this is the backside of the temple of Osiris at Abydos. And it doesn't look like much because the beautiful work is inside the building. You go down that set of stairs, a long set of stairs, and then you enter where there are huge round columns. It's a massive internal complex. But what's intriguing and stupefies a lot of people is that below the surface is where you find the megalithic. This is the Osirion, and you can see there's water in it. The water is coming up from the ground. And the question is, how much older is this than that? Because this was buried under the sand. Whenever you're ready, Dr. Mailer.
Well, this is the Osirion at Abydos. It is behind the known temple, which they call the Temple of Seti. It was the Temple of Osiris. And amazingly, they date this temple, at the same time period as the temple in front, which is impossible. This is huge blocks of granite. It's the only granite temple in the south. Our teacher, Abdel Hakim, dated this at 50,000 years, at the same age of the Valley Temple. There's no inscriptions inside the temple. The only inscriptions on top appear much, much older, clearly not from the same time period. Again, you can never date a temple from what the inscriptions are. But there's no inscriptions inside. And this is huge blocks of granite, weighing 100 tons at least.
At least.
At least.
And how far are we from the actual quarry?
Well, the quarry is Aswan, so less than 100 miles.
But still, 100 miles.
Yes.
And these blocks weigh...
Oh, north. We're further than Luxor. Iowa. It's probably 200 miles.
Oh, 200 miles.
200 miles, because he's, as Yusuf just said, we're north of Luxor.
Exactly.
I was contemplating from Luxor.
Okay, but some of these blocks are 100 tons is a good estimate of the size.
Yes, 200 tons,
okay.
Papa would say. 200 tons here. Look at this major block right over here.
Yeah.
Looks like part of the ceiling.
Iowa, part of the ceiling, right there, the ceiling of the temple.
And was it?
Writings on the other side over there was made by the grandson of Seti.
Ah, okay.
That's right.
And was it at one time buried completely?
Yeah.
Before the high dam.
Oh,
The high
before
dam
the
is
high
what's
dam.
ruined this. Before the high dam, you could go down into the rooms, and Yusuf and Patricia have posted pictures on the Kemet site that they have been down in there when the water's down. It's an incredible experience to go in these chambers. I've been waiting for years. I'll keep coming back until I can get in there. Get in there.
Well, at least 12.
All right, we'll go with 12. That's a conservative number.
That one there.
So if we say 8 times 8 times 12, multiply that by 175, so 175 pounds per cubic feet. You have 134,000 pounds, which is 67 tons.
67?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 67 tons.
Yeah.
This vertical one, conservatively
I think it's
measured.
It is conservative.
Move
You have to be
200 miles from the
exactly, in
quarry.
your word.
Otherwise, you get trashed.
That's right.
Have
I would
you-
say 100 tons.
Have you had a chance, Chris, to measure the vertical in terms of how close it is to being?
Well, you can't. We
No,
never got
straight
down
up
in
and
there.
down.
He has to
never
get
got
down in
in
there.
Oh, you've never been
That's
in?
why I can't speak to the precision.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Sure, he has to be up
I
close and
can't.
measure.
I've got to measure it before I
Oh,
can
yeah,
exactly.
definitely.
There have been times that we can get in there. If someone who's ever did that-
So this is the present level of the desert, and this is the Temple of Osiris in the background. The beautiful work is down inside of it. The staircase drops down into it. Giant columns and things. Very beautiful, but again, what you're looking at is the horizon, and what's incredible is this, which is under the horizon. This is the Osirion. Whereas the temple of Osiris is made out of limestone, which is reasonably soft material. This is made out of granite, red granite from Aswan. So it had to be moved about 200 miles, each block, to its present location. We've conservatively estimated that the bigger blocks are at least 65 tons each in weight. So the question is, how was it shaped, being such a hard rock?
Hello.
And also,
Hello.
not only that, how was it moved? How was it finished?
Hello.
And why is it seemingly underground? Some of the conventional Egyptologists believe that the Osirion was built at the same time as the Temple of Osiris, but the materials are completely different, this being much more difficult to work with. And again, this is so much lower below the ground, or present day ground. This could have actually been ground level at the time of its construction. Much, much older than conventional archaeology tells us. And that tube-like tunnel is much more modern. It's the giant blocks and the fact that there is no mortar or cement or glue. They sit on top of each other.